walking around the Everglades, you're all right.
Somebody called and said that they, 2 years ago, caught a bobcat on their trail cam in Penyan.
Oh, that's Penyan. It's a country.
Penyan Cat?
Yeah.
What does it have to do with anything? There's country all over the place.
Yeah, but that's out in the country. So if you tell me you saw a bobcat in Penyan, I'm not so worried about it since I live in the burbs.
You had a bear in your village.
Kind of.
No, you had a bear in your village.
Kind of.
How
It was at Mendon Ponds Park.
Okay, it's
athletic.
Phone number is 222-6000. Story about a bobcat in Albany reveals some alarming information. We were told that in the state of New York, bobcats only really hang out in 3 places. You're very unlikely to come across a bobcat. And you look into the information from the DEC, and that study was done in the 1970s.
Had a lot of cutbacks, Pat.
We've had a couple of reported bobcat sightings, but all of them we've seen, they've been like, nah, those aren't a bobcat. It's totally fine. And it turns out that bobcats are reclusive. You could be living near bobcats and have no idea.
You haven't heard about any real attacks, right?
Well, no, again, they avoid humans at all costs, which is a good thing. But, look, bears do too, and sometimes you come across a bear.
Babies, or you corner the damn thing.
Okay, but you don't corner a bear on purpose.
No, but you wouldn't know it. Like, you walk out, oh my God. Let's say you walked out in your garage.
Yeah.
And you left it open all night, the trash is there, the goddamn bears did it.
Yeah.
You're done.
No, you're not. You just go back inside the house.
They may have other ideas.
Wait, who is it? Not a bear, if that's what you think. They're smarter than the average bear.
There's only a few. This is some animals scheme me. The rest of them, I never.
Okay. Can a bobcat hurt you?
Dude, it's got claws and teeth.
It probably can, but it says in this story, again, all this information from the 1970s, usually they just, they scurry away.
Understand, we haven't heard of any bobcat attacks.
But if they got a hold of you, I'm guessing you'd be nasty. They gotta have fangs, claws. It's like every pissed off chick you dated on the west side in the 1980s.
When I was 4?
I forgot. You just look so damn old.
Oh, is that what it is? Or maybe it's your cataracts, you old bastard. 222-6000. Let's talk to Rich. He's on CMF. Hey, Rich, how are you, buddy?
Hey, just to mention, best morning show in the universe.
Thank you.
But anyway, I was hunting in Parma about 5 years ago, and just, walking through slowly, and I found a deer in a tree about 6 feet up. In the tree. Just hanging there, just like it wasn't a hunter that put it there. It was like something dragged.
Oh, it was dead. It was dragged up in the tree.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking it had to be a cougar. I don't think a bobcat could do it. It was a good sized deer.
Well, trying to be somebody just messing with you, right?
No, there are only 2 people basically hunting on the land, but it freaked me out.
Do we have cougars here?
Well, actually, how long ago was this, Rich?
5-ish years.
Wasn't that when John Mellencamp came to CMAC?
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's right.
The big houses, I killed this deer.
Lost his name, right?
There it is. Rich, thanks for the call, buddy.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, but before a year ago, we never.
No, I mean around here.
Can you Google if there's cougars in the greater Rochester area? Thank you, kid. I mean, look, nothing's out of the question now, man.
I mean, I know Pittsburgh used to have a ton of them. Well, they used to have those ladies.
You remember? Like, was it last summer we found out there were actually poisonous snakes in our area, too, and we had no idea?
So there are rattlesnakes, right? They said they were mostly down around Letchworth.
Yeah, and that study was done in the 1840s, so probably totally fine.
Cottonmouth. But again, when's the last time you saw even a regular snake?
No, I know.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, that's how they like it. So they come up behind you.
Eastern cougars, or otherwise known as mountain lions, they have been absent from New York State since the late 1800s.
Because of the happy hour.
There have been a few isolated sightings.
So they died.
But yeah, they're not native to New York, so if they've come into the state, they've wandered in from, I don't know, Canada or somewhere.
The eastern mountain lions, like what?
Not like south, though, like Appalachia.
I think the eastern mountain lions are living in the south now.
They ain't going down.
Eastern mountain lion.
South.
Eastern. No, Penn State is called the Nittany Lions because there's a bunch of Nittany Lions living
There ain't no
in
lions. There ain't no Nittany. There's not such a thing as a Nittany lion.
Got that? You can't even say lions.
It's a made-up thing.
No, it's not a made-up thing.
So there's some Catholic lion running around
No, it's
Joe Paterno's house.
Pennsylvania mountain lions are things. Bro, I told you, I went on that hike. They warned us that there could be mountain lions out there when we went to Pennsylvania.
The Nittany lion is not a real animal.
No. Who are they? Mountain lions exist in Pennsylvania. Dumbass. 222-6000. Josh is on CMF. Hey, Josh, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
I was just listening to your show and you guys talking about the Bobcats going in garages, and I couldn't help the story a couple weeks ago about Von Miller leaving his garage door open.
Remember his neighbor called him and said, hey, Von, your garage is open. He was really appreciative.
All right. Is that it?
Maybe the neighbor had some inside information on Bobcats.
Yeah, how about that? What if Von came home? Bobcat right there. He attacks him. Super Bowl dreams gone.
I'm pretty sure Von Miller could take care of a Bobcat.
I don't know, man. Like, I know
He's a monster.
I know he's fast and he's strong, but that's a Bobcat, bro.
But probably Von Miller's from the South.
Texas.
Yeah, so he's handled vicious animals.
Josh, thanks for the call, buddy. I really appreciate it. But your mom's from Texas? Vicious, old,
Texas Twister.
skanky animal. Skanky. 222-6000. Bobcat sighting in Albany revealed that they have not done a Bobcat study in New York State since the 1970s. The study said that Bobcats only showed up in 3 specific areas in New York. Very rare to see one. People thought they've been seeing them in Rochester the last couple of years. DC said, nah, no Bobcats.
No.
But it's been 50 years since they kind of looked into this
I'm
thing.
guessing they made a few more Bobcats.
Phone number is 222-6000. Let's talk to... How about Jordan? CMF. Hey, Jordan, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you guys this morning?
Good. Jordan, what's up?
Hey, you guys are talking about mountain lions. I've got a camp down in Pennsylvania.
I'm going to Pennsylvania.
Seen them down there before.
You see?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania?
Yep. There's a cemetery down there. I was walking by and all of a sudden,
Full of lions.
a mountain lion just ran on by.
No kidding. Big?
Yeah, I mean, probably 70, 80 pounds, I would say.
Did you get scared?
A little bit.
Did you grab your nifty britches?
No, I didn't.
All right, Jordan. Great call, buddy. Thanks for the call,
That's
man.
good information to know.
Thanks,
We're in a cemetery in
Thanks, buddy.
Pennsylvania. Wait, what was it? Josh?
Jordan. We'll take one more call. 222-6000. James has got the last word on CMF. We're talking Bobcats. What's up, buddy?
We're talking cougars and bobcats, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I was out hunting, and I was around Honeoye, living in Honeoye, and I found some tracks. These are big tracks, big cat tracks, like almost the size of my hand. I took them to the gunsmith.
Did this story happen in 1840?
No.
I found some tracks big as my hand, and I took them to the gunsmith.
10 years ago. This is 10 years ago.
Okay.
Along in Honeoye Creek. And the guy there, he said that sometimes cougars will wander looking for a mate. They'll go great distances, up to like 300 miles looking for a mate. So this guy was a pretty good sized, he said it was a cougar. I don't know. I had the pictures of the tracks. I showed him. So yeah, that's what I was told anyway.
All right, James.
And now there's another story too.
I can't wait. I cannot wait, James.
Can you put that barrel to my head? Go ahead, James. What do you got, Jimmy?
A cougar was killed by a state trooper. It was charged. Ran over a cougar. Oh, this was I'd say like 15 years ago. That was documented. So, yeah.
Anything else, James? Anything else?
But they'll always deny it. The state conservation department will always deny it. They'll play it down.
So it's a cover-up.
Like a UFO sighting.
Cougar cover-up, buddy.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
James.
cougar cover-up. It's like UFOs.
Yeah, right. Thanks, James. Have a good rest of the day. James hadn't called in a while, and I didn't recognize his voice till we started telling the story.
Hey, remember that time? Thank God. Hit that animal, and then you covered it up.
I was walking through the woods, and I saw his thing. I took the bridge down to the gunsmith. He poured me 3 fingers of whiskey.
But he also had to get down on all fours and put his hand in the paw print.
Oh, you
know
do
you
the same
would do
thing,
that.
though.
I would do that. We
Yes.
would all do
You
that.
But I would
care.
never admit to it.
Okay, we have seen some pretty bad crimes in our area. And when I say bad, crime stories you look at and you go, oh, come on. Why would you do that?
Not necessary.
This is, hands down, the biggest dick crime we've ever seen. Like, how as a human being you could do this to another human being in this state? Well, not New York, but the state that they're in.
All right.
And it comes from Canandaigua. And we'll tell you the story next to the break room. 96.5 WCMF. But first,
what's going on?
got some of my friends from the iFamily dealership.
Yeah, what's happening?
Well, let's say you're running away from a cougar. Get in your car, very safe, get your way
I
fast.
want to start right when to go.
Well, bro, it's a great time to get your new ride. Right? And they have a large, fantastic selection at the iFamily dealerships at both Ide Honda and Bobcat. At both Ide Honda and Ide Volkswagen, there's new inventory coming in daily, including the 2023 Honda HR-V. Ide also has a large selection of certified pre-owned cars that have powertrain warranty, backed by the manufacturer. Pass a rigorous multi-point inspection, so you don't have to worry about its reliability.
So there's no worry at all.
Bobcat proof. Yeah.
I'm a single guy, but I get a nice ride. Pick me up a cougar. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Remember that time? How about that club? And I picked that chick up in the bar.
I got my car from Ide Honda and I took it to the
The
gunsmith.
trooper pulled me over and go, hey man, that's pretty cool.
You can check them out online right now, IDW.com, IdeHonda.com. Go see him in person off of 44100 Penfield Eddie's Rochester. Whatever you're looking for, get your new ride at Ide. What a horrible person you would have to be. Next to the break room on CMF.
All the music you love, plus the podcasts, news, and sports you can't miss are all on the free Odyssey app. Download it today and follow 96.5 WCMF.
I got Parkview and West Valley covered on Tuesday.
At Mariva's Pool Service, the current staffing plan doesn't hold water.
3 more neighborhood pools on the same day.
She needs more pool technicians to dive into work head first.
That's awesome, but now we're shorthanded.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What are you working on today? Starting trouble.
We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge. We'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Based on data from the APD 2021.
Achieve what you envision with an ESL home equity line of credit. With competitive rates, it's more than resourceful, it's inspiring. Apply in Bridge at 326-1000 or go to ESL.org. Membership subject to eligibility. ESL is an equal housing lender.
If you're interested in selling your car, it's likely that it will cost you money to post it on an automotive website. But right now, you can post it for free at allcars.com. Do it today. List it for free without a fee at allcars.com.
Coming to the fine showroom of the heavy metal legend, Quiet Riot. See show for the Headbangers, a performance you'll definitely want to see. Played live Thursday, October 27th. Tickets on sale now at DelLagoResort.com. Must be 21 or older to purchase tickets.
Hit the road in style this summer in the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander from Marina Mitsubishi. Get a sleek exterior and award-winning interior with seating for 7 during the summer sales event. Stay connected to the world around you with wireless smartphone technology while enjoying stress-free travel with My Pilot Driver Assist. And tackle any terrain with Mitsubishi's Super All-Wheel Control with 6 drive modes backed by the confidence of industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Drive one today starting at $26,995 and get $5,000 over book value for your trade during the summer sales event at Marina Mitsubishi. Going on now. MSRP based on Outlander ES2WD. Price, terms, and vehicle availability may vary. Important restrictions and rules apply. See retailer for limited warranty and more details. Offer ends 9/30/22. What's with the foam finger in the kitchen? A little excited for football season, are we? We're number one! We're number one!
Honey, stop. He hasn't excited
for football, but I'm more excited for delicious one-pot easy meals all season long. Chili, soups, roasts.
Hey, just one pot? It's a lot less dishes for this guy. I can cheer for that.
One pot, one pan, one skillet, one sheet. That at Tops Friendly Markets is all you need for meals made easy.
Cook up some chili with fresh 80% lean ground beef, just $2.99 a pound with Super Coupon. Add some flavor with homegrown green bell peppers, $1.48 a pound, and large sweet onions, just $1.28 a pound.
Get out the front pack. Juicy roast varieties like top ground, sirloin tip, and more are just $4.99 a pound.
Plus, fresh whole chicken, big pack drumsticks, and thighs are a low $1.19 a pound.
And don't forget to rush into the Tops Red Zone for your chance to win a Tailgate and Go Kitchen. Enter in-store or online and get extra chances to win when you shop your favorite brands in the Red Zone.
Check the Tops for the best deals in town on everything you need for one-pot meals that everyone will love.
Here's another 96.5 WCMF Workforce Traffic Update.
That accident on 490 westbound around 531's been cleared out, but still pretty slow in that area. 590 south back on time between 104 and 490. Look good through downtown on 490 east and west. I'm Marty Casper with the latest from the Barnes Firm Traffic Center. Injured, call 1-800-8-MILLION. That's 1-800-800-0000.
Hey Alexa, play 96.5 WCMF and turn it up real loud.
some bad people in the break room.
Yeah.
Folks who did terrible things. But this man facing allegations today, if they're true, might be one of the worst. Now, he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't even actually physically harm anybody. But to allegedly steal this from this person, dear Lord, man.
How bad is it?
You're hanging out in the break room. Rochester's Classic Rock, 96.5 WCMF. We'll get right into the story. Comes out of Cannondale. Police have arrested Charles Thomas after they say he stole a person's motorized wheelchair.
The scooter type, like, or the wheelchair?
It says motorized wheelchair. It sounds like a wheelchair.
Okay.
He stole a freaking wheelchair.
And I'm guessing, because it's Canandaigua and the VA hospitals, that could be a veteran's wheelchair.
Very possible.
Those
Yes.
things are expensive.
It gets worse.
Was the guy in it?
No.
Hey, where are we going?
You want to know why the guy wasn't in it? Police say he stole the wheelchair after its owner was taken to the hospital after suffering a medical emergency.
So he was, like, hanging out?
I don't know. He got access to it somehow.
Did he ride off with it?
I did. How else would you get it?
But you would kind of stick out, right?
You could push it out.
Why would you push it?
Yeah,
Fire that bastard up.
That would be suspicious if you're sitting in it. No one's going to question it. Police say the motorized wheelchair was worth more than $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
So he was arrested, released on an appearance ticket. He has a court date upcoming. Bro, of all the low-down, dirty things a human being...
That's about it. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to know, if the allegations are true, is there any moment during this crime where you felt at least a twinge of guilt?
Because it was a crime of opportunity. You didn't plan on stealing a wheelchair that day, I'm guessing.
No.
Good one just rolled on by.
When this person gets back from the hospital and realizes this thing is gone, and they have no way to be mobile, like that didn't cross your mind at all while stealing the wheelchair. And this crime, it sounds like an easy thing to do. Stealing a wheelchair from a disabled person with their
because of the foot change.
Okay, but it might be more complicated than you think. So you brought up how you would, like, get in it. Okay.
Fire her up.
But, like, let's say you live 5 miles from where the wheelchair is taken. You can't ride a motorized wheelchair 5 miles.
I don't think so.
Unless it's fully charged.
So then how do you steal it? They look heavy. They're big. Like, how do you load a wheelchair, a motorized wheelchair, into a car?
You would need a ramp.
Right?
You would have to ride it into a ramp or have one of those lifts, those handicap lifts.
Yeah, and it's also not easy to conceal. Like, wouldn't...
Just getting all those flags in.
Also, wouldn't people in your life ask where that all-of-a-sudden wheelchair came from?
Yeah, the doctor prescribed it.
That's why it's sitting on my
dandruff.
It's on my porch now. It's on the front next to my front yard hot tub.
Yeah, like did you steal it for yourself just to have?
Or just be a dick.
And like hang out in? I don't know. I don't even know what you do with it because unless like you have somebody you can sell it to.
Is it easy to unload an electric wheelchair?
We may be looking at this in a wrong direction.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
What if this was revenge for something? When I say you and the guy in the wheelchair had a beef, and you knew he was... No, listen, man, because I'm thinking like the guy could be a jerk, right? And steal his wheelchair because you had a beef
with an argument at some point.
You got in an argument with a guy in a wheelchair, and when he went to the hospital for a medical emergency...
You snagged his wheelchair.
To get even...
To be a dick. Listen, we're going to establish this guy's a dick somebody.
Get the allegation.
Why would that be out of the question?
I guess it would. I'm just trying to figure out a situation where you would get in an argument with a man in a wheelchair.
I have gotten into arguments with people that have disabilities that I worked with.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing cruel. I mean, they're just human beings. I mean, you have a beef.
No, but to the point where when they were suffering an actual medical emergency that made them go to the hospital, that's a terrifying lowest of low moment.
Listen, I'm not saying it's good. Not good, Pat. You're right, not good. But it can happen.
Do pawn shops take wheelchairs?
You would have to, like, prove that it's yours.
How would you, though, dude? You don't have to register them.
I push you out of it.
Okay, well... There are people that can walk that also have motorized wheelchairs. Like, they can walk short distances.
Yeah.
It's like an injury.
But that's going to be super suspicious when you're flipping a wheelchair.
I don't know. Well, I mean, there are stories you could use to flip it. Like, this belonged to my mother and she passed away.
All right. But was your mom... I don't know. Like, it wouldn't have any... It would have to have, like, lady stuff on it.
Well, no, you don't.
Like, there's a big difference between, like, a guy's motorized wheelchair and a lady.
No, there isn't. They all look
There'd
exactly.
be, like, kitty stickers on it, you know.
I've never seen a person with stickers on their motorized wheelchair.
They always do. They always bedazzled. They have flags and stuff and, like, little
Maybe
things.
for kids.
Yeah,
I don't ever really see. I don't see that too
You never
often.
see the old guys with the, like, American flag? At the,
No, you're thinking of a rascal scooter.
No, I'm thinking of, like, motorized wheelchair that
I
you
guess
take
I've
on the
never
street.
noticed.
Like, it's like, this is your mode of transportation. Like, you're zipping up and down Main Street, Canada.
Yeah.
You got your American flag. If you served, you probably have, you know, MIA or Veterans flag.
You
on there.
assume, bro, again, you assume everybody of a certain age was a veteran, when now Vietnam veterans are in their late 70s and early 80s.
And it would need to be motorized due to lack of mobility.
This could also be someone who had some kind of accident who was born a certain way that could be much younger than that.
Right. I'm thinking older person, veteran, but you're right. I am stereotyping, even though I'm right.
Phone number is 222-6000. A man in Canandaigua was arrested after he stole a motorized wheelchair from the owner who had been taken to the hospital after suffering a medical emergency. Find me a scummier crime
No, that's it.
than that.
That's lower than morning rate.
Phone number is 222-6000. We might be getting some more details on this
really?
wheelchair caper. Alex is on CMF. Hey, Alex, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Alex. What's up?
So, I was leaving the hospital, and there's this old man sitting on the side of the road, and he's asking me for a ride. So I'm like, sure, why not? You know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in a good mood. So I'm like, where you going? He's like, oh, I got to go pick up my wheelchair. I left it down at the stage on Main Street. So I'm like, okay. I took him down there. He goes looking for it. He goes, it's gone. He's like, what happened? I asked him, I was like, what happened? He said, well, I hurt myself. The ambulance had to come get me. I parked my wheelchair right here, and now it's gone.
Oh, my, wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. This is someone he didn't know that just stole a wheelchair that was sitting on the street?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you monster!
So it's a little different, though, because it was just sitting not at the hospital. It was sitting at the park by a stage.
The tone of your voice makes it sound like you're going to cut this person some slack.
Well, it is a little bit different in story, because we had it like he was sitting and waiting, knowing this guy was going to the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know where you came from. Okay, Alex.
Look, don't even start with that.
You painted a very specific
So did y'all. You didn't stop me, and that's your job.
All right, so Alex, now
do your job.
Alex, now you're involved in this wheelchair caper. What happened from that? I'm sorry to cut you off.
So I go down to the gas station after I drop this guy off at his house. I go to the gas station. There's one of my buddies who's there. He's a cop. I'm like, hey, I just dropped this guy off. He said somebody stole his wheelchair. The cop's like, oh, yeah, last night. Yeah, we probably took that back to his house.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm like, all right, no worries. Well, there is a guy in town he's new to the area, so I took notice. And next thing you know, I see him and his girl rolling around in a wheelchair. Now, I know I didn't see them walking around town before.
All right.
They were rolling around in a wheelchair.
Wait, is she on it with him?
Yeah.
Wait, she's sitting on his lap.
She was walking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right. She was in it, and he was walking. I'm like, damn, that's
like
weird.
a gentleman would do.
Like, that's weird.
Okay.
Didn't think nothing of it. The same day, my wife sends me a picture. She's like, hey, isn't this our neighbor?
Wait, your neighbor stole the wheelchair?
Best ripped Arkansas tune of all time.
How's that go?
My neighbor stole his wheelchair. He don't care.
Wait, I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, that's him. And she's like, why isn't this the wheelchair? Do you think it's the same wheelchair for the guy you gave a ride to? I was like, I don't know. So I called it in. Turns out it was the same wheelchair.
I don't know anything else to say. I'm so glad that you were involved in this wheelchair caper. Like, what are the odds that you meet this guy, you pick him up, you bring him back to his house, you see the guy in the wheelchair, you're also kind of paranoid guy for crime, because you've seen him walking before. He's been in town.
He's a walker.
But he was right. Alex was right. He trusted his gut.
So, was there like some big town event where there was music and stuff that they were hanging out at? Because they said they found it by a stage.
No, there's a little stage right on Main Street in Canandaigua where they do stuff like that's where Santa goes and everything. But no, people just hang out there all the time.
Right.
All right. Well, Alex, man, thanks for the story, man. We appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Have a good rest of the day. I want to go back to something you just did before Alex told that amazing story, Tom. Do you think it's less of a dick move to steal a wheelchair
out in the open
that's just there that nobody's in than to steal it from someone you know?
Yes, it is.
Why?
Because it looks like somebody just abandoned it.
You're saying it looks like an abandoned wheelchair?
It does.
Like somebody
what if he got up and walked? Like all of a sudden, maybe they were having faith healing that night at the stage. And they brought him up on stage, and the pastor heals him and gets up and walks because you don't need that wheelchair anymore, son. The Lord has healed you. The devil's grip has loosened your legs.
Give me a scenario.
He gets up and dances and leaves, and you don't need that wheelchair.